Welcome to Srihari's lessons. Hope you enjoy your time here. Continue listening and supporting. Hello friends, let us continue with the income chapter. So, to put it simply, the physical efforts happen more at the start of a financial journey, maybe with lesser remuneration. Slowly, as you grow in your career, mental or intellectual efforts increase, and correspondingly, the physical efforts start slowly reducing. In the next stage, both these physical and mental efforts gets reduced, and the participation or contribution happens by taking more accountability and more responsibility, not only for self but for a group of people or multiple activities. Even further, there is a stage where there is a additional involvement of risk factor along with smaller proportions of physical, mental and accountability. More risk, more the returns. Look at this with the examples or case scenarios mentioned earlier. It will make more meaning and sense. One should understand that everyone goes through the financial journey. The contents of this series will apply to everyone depending on where they stand in this different phases or structure. If someone is at stage 1, they will be spending more physical efforts and earning less money. Their goal has to be to go to the next stage where physical efforts reduced and intellectual efforts increase, and keep on moving to the next phases. If you have to reach the skill set stage, you need to acquire those skill sets which will have to happen through the first and second phase. Risk taking involves many other factors and circumstances that is very difficult to generalize and explain here. I will try to make a separate chapter on that. So, where does academic qualification come in picture in these different phases? The purpose or objective of academics is to impart the skill sets required for a particular nature of job. Whether this objective is really met or not depends on various factors. That is strength of academic syllabus, interest and involvement of the student, social status or circumstances of the student, bridging the requirement of job nature to academic syllabus, and even macro and microeconomic or demographic trends. There are so many variables. Even if all these factors succeed, we should understand that each individual is different. In a classroom, there will be some scoring very high marks, some scoring very low marks. Also, one with very low marks in a class might end up with a very successful career. So where you stand in your career also depends on one's interest, one's requirements, circumstances and their efforts. I have to definitely mention here that all these are common. Either you go for employment or you run your own business. For own business, it is very important not to consider business income as individual income. In this series and chapter, we are talking only about individual income. Managing and improving business income is entirely a different subject. However, please understand, even if you are a business owner, you have to take separate money for your expenses and livelihood. That should be treated as expense in your business account and income in your personal accounts, personal finance. Points discussed here are all about personal finance and personal income. Whether you are an employee or you own a business, you have to spend your time, effort and skill to earn your individual income. Right? This structure and points mentioned here will relate to different people in different perspectives. As I said, one has to identify where they are currently in their financial journey or even life journey and pick or apply points relevant to them at that relevant time and relevant place. Whichever stage of income generation you are in, you have to work and equip yourself to go to the next stage of the cycle. Same way, expense management and income management are equally interconnected. You have to earn at least to meet your minimum basic needs or the basic expenses. But that need not be a limiting factor, right? One has to maximize their income as much as they can at different points of one's financial journey. Let us continue in next part. Welcome to Srihari's lessons. Hope you enjoy your time here. Continue listening and supporting.